Hello guys, welcome to the video. In this one, I want to fix a bug that we have with the camera. I'm talking about this snappy effect when we just start the game. Let me show it to you real quick. So I start the game, and when I click right button to control rotation, camera does this. So this is what we need to fix. We need to fix this snap, and also I want to add smooth transitions that we can use later on. I'm going to show you my prototype real quick. So this is my prototype, and I can click buttons. Give me a sec. So I can click buttons to do these transitions between camera. I mean, it's the same camera, it just changes position and rotation. So this is what we're going to do in this video. It's going to be real quick because the logic is pretty similar to what we did before. And I think we can do it inside of one script. Let's go here. Or should we? Yeah, let's make a new script actually. Let's make a new script. Let's do camera effects because we're going to have transition and we might want to add camera shake at some point. So let's do it. Camera effect. Now, inside of this method, you're going to need position and rotation of a camera that you want to have when you do transition. As example, for now, I'm just going to have two sets of position and rotation, and later on I'm going to use this in the menu of the game. But as of now, we just need to test it, so let's do this. Let's make serialize field private vector 3. Let's do menu position. Actually, let's do in menu position. We also need rotation, so we're gonna do serialize field private vector 3 in menu rotation, and then let's do serialize field private vector 3 in game position, and serialize field private vector 3 in game rotation. So supposedly we're gonna be in the menu, then we click the button, play the game, and camera gonna transition from the menu view to in-game view. And that's why we have these two sets of variables. Now we're gonna need a method. And again, this is the same method we used to do anything we want during some period of time. So it's gonna be private IEnumerator, change position and rotation. And over here we need to pass vector 3 target position, quaternion, target rotation. We want to know duration of this effect, so we're gonna do float duration, and I'm gonna pass 3 by default. And it would be nice to have a delay, just in case we want to use a delay at some point later on. So I'm gonna do float delay, but it's gonna be 0 by default. Then let's open this coroutine, and inside we're gonna do yield return new, wait 4 seconds of delay. After that, we're gonna take float time equals to 0. And then we're gonna need vector 3 start position, which is equals to transform position. This is gonna be on the camera itself. Then we're gonna need vector, Then we're gonna need quaternion start rotation. We're gonna make it equals to transform rotation. And after that, we're gonna do while time is less than duration. We're gonna change the values, just like we did with I guess it was in a crossbow visuals. Over here, we did change intensivity of the emission. So you should be familiar with the method. I did explain this before. We just changing position and rotation this time. So it's gonna be transform position equals to vector 3.lerp from start position to target position. And here we're going to need time divided by duration. Then we need transform rotation equals to quaternion.lerp. And here we need start rotation, target rotation, time and duration. Very nice. Then we're going to do time plus equals time.delta time. And we're going to need yield return null. So it works every frame. And then if time is equal to duration or bigger, we're going to do transform position equals to target position, and transform rotation equals to target rotation, just so we can snap the values. All right, now that we have a coroutine, we better use it somewhere. And I think we should change this from vector 3 to quaternion, since we're using quaternion inside of a coroutine. So let's just simply remove vector 3 and type quaternion over here. Okay? Quaternion, like that. Very nice. Now, I want to have a method that I can use to switch to in-game view or in menu view. And since we're probably gonna call this method from outside of this script, it's better to make two public methods that we can use. I'm not sure yet we're gonna call it from outside, but let's make it public just in case we need it, okay? Public void, and we need switch to menu view, like that. And over here, we just need to simply start a coroutine of a change position and rotation, and we're gonna pass in menu position and in menu rotation, just like that. Also, we need another method, public void switch to game view, and over here we're gonna start a coroutine of a change position and rotation, and pass in-game position, in-game rotation. Okay, just like that. This is very nice. Also, just to test this, I want to open start method, and I want to start with a switch to menu view. And I want to be able to test both of these methods with the input, so I'm gonna do update, and inside of update we want to do if input get key down key code alpha1, then switch to menu view, and then same for game view. If input get key down code alpha2, then switch to game view. All right, this is the entire script. It's actually pretty simple. We did all of this before, so should be easy to understand. Now let's go to Unity, and over here, first of all, we want to take main camera and put camera effect on it, like so. Now we need to define position and rotation for both of them. Maybe let me put space between them. Space. Yeah, this is better. So we need to define positions and rotations. For that, you have to decide for yourself. But as of now, I want to say that don't bother with it too much. We still have to make a menu and some other things. And I want you to see how it works first. So as of now, just repeat after me. Do some similar values, but don't bother with them too much. Don't focus on it, okay? So let's say this will be my in menu view, just like that. I'm gonna select the camera, and I'm gonna press Ctrl Shift F, and this will make camera look and have same position and rotation as a scene view. If I switch to game view, it's gonna be like that. So it's basically identical to that. And now we can see we have position and rotation over here. And we can go and just type these values, and that's what we need to do. You don't have to be super precise, but try to be close to what you have over here. So for example, I can type -4.5. Then for the Y, I'm gonna do 14.4, and for the Z, I'm gonna do 22.1. As for rotation, we can see X having 45.3. So I'm gonna do 45.3, 139, and this one basically a 0. Now let's decide what is the in-game rotation. And again, we just need to test the mechanics, so you can do any view. For example, I'm gonna rotate camera like that, okay? Now I'm gonna click Shift Ctrl F on the main camera, and it's gonna take position and rotation of a scene view. And maybe let's move it a bit here and do it again. Let me see it. Okay, this is what we need. Now let's see position and rotation and bring them here. In-game position, -1.8, 18.5, and 0.9. Okay, for the rotation, it is 61, 53.8, and 0. Okay, nice, very nice. Now let's try this. Oh, we actually need to do something here. I forgot. Let's go to camera controller. Let's make a boolean that says if we can control the camera. Serialize field, private bool, can control. Okay. And then we're gonna go to update. And in the update, I'm gonna do if can control equals to false, then return. Okay, let's save it. Let's go back to Unity. Now, this script should not work because boolean over here is false, so we cannot control the camera. And rotation and position should be controlled only by methods inside of camera effect. Let's go to play mode. Now we can see in the start of the game, we have smooth transition to in-menu view that we set over here. And if I click number 2 on my keyboard, it's gonna switch to in-game view, which is really nice and smooth. I love it. It's really good. This is just what we need. It's gonna be perfect for effects I want to do in the main menu later in the game, in the project. Okay, now let's try something here. Let's go to camera controller and let's make a method, public void, enable camera controls. We're gonna pass boolean enable, and then we're gonna do can control equals to enable. Now, if we want to enable or disable camera, we can simply call this method over here. Gonna go to enable camera controls. And at the start of a coroutine, let's disable view. Let's do, oh, we actually need the component, I'm sorry. Let's go here and do private camera controller. Cam controller. We need to get component in the awake. Camera controller equals to get component of a camera controller. And now we can go to the coroutine and do this. Camera controller, enable camera controls, false. After the thing is done, we can do camera controller, enable camera controls, true. Okay, this is good. Now let's go and see if it works, and then we're gonna fix the bug we had with the snap effect, and we're good. So we're gonna go to play mode. Controls are not available until transition is done. And now we can see boolean is true, and I can control the camera. But when I click the right button, it's gonna snap like that. And this is what we need to fix. Luckily for us, with the system we have over here, it is super easy to fix. We just need to make a pitch that we have over here. Where is it? Pitch. We need to make it equal to the current camera's rotation on the X whenever we give control to the player. So, as you can see, I'm gonna go to play mode again, and let me show it to you. As you can see, we have rotation on the X over here, 45. And if we go to debug mode, we can see a pitch value, it is 0. So when I click right button, it's gonna change rotation, and pitch over here are gonna be equals to 85. And if I go to normal view, you can see rotation on the X is 85. So basically, pitch is always equals to the rotation on the X. And to fix the snap that we had, we simply need to make pitch equals to rotation on the X before we give controls to the player. So let's do this. Let's go to camera controller, and let's make a method that will allow us to adjust pitch. Public float, adjust pitch value. We're gonna pass float value, and we're gonna do pitch equals to value, like that. Now we can go to the camera effect, and over here we simply need to go to this switch to menu view and use camera controller and call adjust pitch value. And as a value, we're gonna take rotation of this method. In this case, we have in menu rotation. So in menu rotation, Euler angles.x. For game view, we're gonna basically do the same, adjust pitch value, in game rotation, Euler angles.x, like that. Now we can save it all. Let's go back to Unity. We're gonna go to game view, and it's gonna do the rotation. Now I have controls of the camera, and when I click the right button, it's gonna be like that. No snap effect. I can just simply control the camera as it's supposed to be. Let's try to press number 2. I'm gonna go to this view, and I'm gonna click right button, and I can rotate the camera without snappy, glitchy effect like it was before. Alright, so now we have fixed the bug, and we have nice camera transitions. Very cool. This is it for this video. Thank you so much for paying attention, and I'll see you in the next one.